Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. You are tuned in to Up Close and Personal with Angela. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the host of Up Close and Personal with Angela. And I'm telling you, I'm super excited to be back this month. We took a hiatus in October to bring awareness to domestic violence. But I am back now, and I am here to showcase these amazing authors and business owners in their different areas. So today, I have an amazing guest that's going to be gracing my platform. I'm going to allow her to come up and share just a little bit about who she is in just a second. But first, I want those that do not know who I am to know who I am. I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, where my desire is to bring awareness to brown authors all over this world. I'm also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where our desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors around the world and touch on topics that's affecting our brown community that people don't want to talk about. So today, we're going to bring up our guest. Her name is Miss Sasha Johnson. Hi,
Hello.
beautiful. How are you today?
Hello. Hi. I'm good. How
Welcome,
are
welcome,
you?
welcome. I am great. I am excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be here.
I want you to share with those that are following us today just a little bit about who you are and your journey to walking in your purpose.
Um, well, I always start by saying I'm just a regular old person out here. Um, I do a lot basically my main purpose, I guess you would say, is to be a counselor. I'm a licensed counselor in Georgia and in Alabama. And I focus on helping individuals to understand and break the stigma when it comes to mental health. I'm also an author, written a couple of, or I guess you could say was a tag in on a couple of books, but then I recently put out my own book solely by me back in about June of this year. I also have a nonprofit organization called Sisters Second Chance, where I focus on helping women that are struggling in many areas, whether that's spousal abuse, whether that is homelessness, or just being needing to be encouraged in any way. So we help with providing free counseling to women in the community. We also do free workshops, free like conferences, and send out kits, care kits, and things of that nature. I guess the first thing I should have said is I'm a mother of two lovely boys. They're 13 and 14, so they're bigger than me. I guess I could say men. They're bigger than me. And I wear so many hats. I don't want to bore everybody. I have a radio show here in Atlanta. And my point in the radio show is to help people to reach a climax in their life, whether that's spiritually, mentally, physically, business wise, whatever it is. I want you to reach to that peak in your life. So it's called Climax Sessions with Sasha. So I bring all kind of business owners, all kind of you don't even have to have their own business, just amazing people on the platform to talk about mental health, relationships, topics that's going on in the world, social injustice, whatever it is. I feel like that needs to be discussed. We talk about it.
Okay.
And I guess that's about it. I do a lot of other stuff, but I don't want to bore them. I guess the
You
main
look, you won't be boring us. You will not be boring us. We love to see what people are doing because you never know what your services can provide to someone and what someone may need. So
right.
everything that you're saying, um, someone could be tuning in today and they may need to hear that, and may have been across my platform and may need to talk to you. So all those
Yeah.
things that you're sharing, it's nice to share. Don't ever think that you're boring us, because you're not. We want to know who you are and what you're doing. So I applaud you. I definitely want to talk about your mental illness, and why you chose to go that route and touching on that topic, because that is something that we in the brown community, we don't like to talk about, because we don't like
Absolutely.
to let people know that we're going through things, and that we would rather suffer in silence than to let people know that we're suffering with this and get the help that we need. I'm a witness. I've been
Uh-huh.
through. I suffered through depression and PTSD. I dealt with it for years. Didn't know what it was, so um, didn't know how to deal with it because I didn't know what it
Yeah.
was. And when you don't know what you're dealing with, it's hard to get the help that you need. But when I finally recognized what it was, I got the help that I need, and I'm doing great. And that's
That's
what people need to know. So I want you to share just a little bit about why you chose to go into counseling, and let's talk about that for a little
so
while.
in my book, I talked a lot about some of the things I experienced. It's the book. It's called "It's a Losing Battle, But I Won." I went through some bits in my life where I felt like I just wanted to give up. Being a single mother, and I know a lot of people get tired of hearing that statement. Single mother, solo mother, whatever. At the end of the day, it's some people out here, women, and some men that have had to raise children on their own. So I fall into that category. And doing that, a lot of times I just felt, even though I may have had family that would step in and say, "Hey, I got your back," I didn't feel like adequate, I guess you could say. So at times I would deal with depression. I went through an abusive marriage where, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not like some of those scenarios when you say abuse. I definitely fought back, but went through an abusive marriage where I was pregnant back to back. My children are 11 months apart. And I was dealing with a marriage where substance abuse was a big issue for my husband at the time. And so I would always say I think that is not him. It wasn't him that I was experiencing all of those things from. But that then spilled over into me having to basically start over, feeling like I had to kind of separate myself from that when I finally was able to say, okay, this is not right for you, because being brown from the brown community, and at the time I was a little bit more heavy, I guess you could say, in the church and stuff. No, not saying that it's anything against that now, but I felt like I couldn't get a divorce. I felt like I had to stay there and make it work because this is my husband and I got kids by him, and I can't go nowhere because that's my man, and he just need a little help. He need a little push, and I'm supposed to stay. I'm supposed to stay because we married. And at the end of the day, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. I needed to get out of there. Me and my pregnant self and my boy, my oldest son at the time, had to get out of there because honestly, I don't know if we would have been here today if I had stayed. And finally went to school, and at first I was just kind of using school as an excuse to get that check, the school check that we get to try to pay bills.
And you just keeping it real, and people need to hear that you keeping it real. I mean, it's
Look,
that's the truth.
I mean,
That
honestly, that's why I went to school at first, because I'm like, I gotta figure out a way out. I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't really manage working a full-time job and taking care of two arm babies,
and look what God
and
did.
all at the same time. And then eventually things just kind of worked itself out. I know my brother moved in with me at one point, and then I would work like two jobs here and there, and just life happened, from seeing things get cut off to having to be in the wrong environments
Yes,
to just all kinds of scenarios. And I can remember feeling depressed. I can remember one time being so depressed, riding down the street, me, this counselor, riding down the street saying, maybe this would be easy if I just ran my car off this road into this tree, you know? And so finally, as time went on and seeing people in my family go through mental illness, and back in the day, all they used to say is, something ain't right with him. But you didn't know what wasn't right with them. That's just what
right.
they said. Something ain't right with him. He just ain't got it all. They had all these little scenarios, he's just a little funny, like, they never really said what was wrong because I don't think they knew. And so as I first slid into school, just going, when I tell you I changed my major like 6 times, like 6 times. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I ended up in psychology because it was easy. It was easy to get a degree at first. Then I said, I'm not going to stop here. I got to keep going. So I went into the mental health field. And I found that I loved trying to bring awareness to our community because a lot of us don't realize that we all, pretty much everybody on this earth walking experiences some type of anxiety. They've been depressed at some point. They get sad or angry at some time. It's natural emotions. But my goal is to teach people how to live and understand that these are natural emotions that you can live with if you know how to cope and you know what triggered them. So you don't necessarily, my goal is not to get you to come and pay me for a lifetime. I like to change, but my goal is not for you to pay me for a lifetime. My goal is to figure out what your triggers are. We know what they are. What are some things that you enjoy in your life? What is your happy? What makes you happy? What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy having a sip of wine once a week? Do you enjoy going to sit by the water, by a river, by a lake? Do you enjoy taking a bath? Do you enjoy whatever it is that you enjoy? You might like getting a facial mask. You might like to take a trip. Whatever your happy is, you might like music. But whatever your happy is what I wanted people to remember. And it's not just about self-care, because some people think self-care is just, oh, a one-time thing once a week. It's a routine. It's a life care routine. Okay. So it's something that we need to have on our agenda daily. It's every day I unconsciously do something to try to rejuvenate myself. Whether I end up watching Vampire Diaries or doing a podcast or writing or going and play Just Dance with my sons or doing a TikTok, whatever I decide I want to do to make me happy that day, I do it. And so my goal was to reach out to people that looked like me, that didn't understand what was going on, that thought something was wrong with them because you have emotions. Emotions are a part of life. You were born with them and you're going to die with emotions. So it's at this point, you're paying people, and that's cool. You can pay them to help you get on track, to remind you that all you needed is within you.
Exactly. I thank you.
Listen, I
Because you are
thank you.
definitely touching on things that need to be touched on in our community, because people need to know that they have power within them.
Yeah.
And they have to know how to tap into that power. So that means, if it mean healing from those things that have hurt you, because hurt people hurt.
Yes.
And if you're not healed, you're going to continue to hurt. You're going
Yes.
to continue to hurt. And I thank you. I thank you, because I am too. I am a survivor of domestic violence. And like you, I thought I could fix my husband,
Yeah.
and couldn't. He too struggled with substance abuse, and unfortunately, I tried to stay. I tried to work it out. I mean, I tried for years, even after our incident. I still
Yeah.
tried, and then I just got to the point where I had to choose me
Yourself.
and take my power back,
Yes.
and love me more,
Yes.
and that's what I did. And I thank you. I thank you for doing all that you're doing. I thank you for your podcast. I thank you for your books. I thank you for your 501c3. I thank you. I thank you for
Listen, I
reaching
thank you for
out.
this
And
platform. I thank you for being strong enough to do this for and have this opportunity for everybody to come out and share their story. Because I tell people, even you right now, you know what I'm saying? You are a strong woman to be standing here and being able to pull and lead so many people, authors or whomever we are, to come on this platform and see what you're doing and share our stories with people. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I thank God for it. I mean, because there's been there's been times that I just didn't want to be here,
Mm-hmm.
and tried to take my life. And I said, it has to be other people. Let me show you something. I just released this book
Okay.
beginning of September with
Oh, wow.
19 other individuals,
Wow.
and we all share our journey. We all
Wow.
share our journey with suicide attempts. There's a young lady in there. She found her lifeless daughter and had to
Okay.
revive her lifeless daughter. So
Wow.
it's people out here that have been through a lot of things, and we choose to share our story because we don't want people to hurt. We don't want people to
No,
go through what we've been through, and we don't want people to hurt in silence.
exactly.
So I want you to share with those that are tuned in and those that are going to hear this replay, because I'm going to share this across our social media platforms and our various platforms. I want people to know how they can get your book. I want them to know how they can reach out to you, how they can get in contact with you.
So I'm a very open and try to be as down to earth person as I can. If they can literally find me on Instagram, Facebook, Sasha Johnson. You can send me an inbox. I try to respond, even if it's over there in the messages request. I look. On Instagram, I'm Sasha Mercedes with 3 S's. And if you DM me, I even looking a request on there. If I see anybody come to me and need some help, I try my best to help them, guide them in the right direction. If I don't know, I will help and try to find someone that does know. Um, I also have where you can go to my website, SashaMercedes.org. You can get access to my YouTube, my podcast, and you can even reach out to me if you want to be on my radio show, which is aired at the Battery here in Atlanta. And I open up that opportunity for anybody that wants to be interviewed and come on and talk about what they're doing. If you want to come and talk about amazing things you're doing, it's a great platform, and it allows people to come on and just express whatever it is that they're passionate about. And I would say that's the best way for people to contact me is those few platforms. If you get to my website, then you can get me any kind of way on there.
Well, I definitely want you to post your website. If you would put it in the private chat, and I'll
Yes,
post it in the comments so people can see it. Because
yes,
I definitely want them to be able to get in contact with you. Do you have any current projects going on or
I
anything
do.
upcoming?
I have a lot of projects going on. So I actually am working on another book that will come out next year. We'll be focusing on how to teach people about showing gratitude to themselves. I think that's something that we miss out on. Is forgetting to say thank you to yourself for overcoming whatever thing, whatever you done gone through and you
Yes.
overcame it. You need to say, okay, girl, you did that. We forget to do that. We're so busy focusing on everybody else around us, what they're doing right or wrong or whatever. We forget to focus on ourselves. And gratitude is not always necessarily, oh, I would say, some people say you're getting arrogant by boosting yourself up, but
Mm.
sometimes you got to affirm self. It's necessary. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to tell people and remind people that despite what's going on, give yourself credit, honey. Give yourself credit. So I got that I'm working on. I have an authors event that I'm doing in January in Atlanta, where I'm going to have 3 different panelists to talk about basically how they overcame writer's block, how to motivate other authors in the area or wherever they want to come from, to do their own writing, and so just the process, like how did they get through it and some of the things that they experienced along the way. And my goal is to have at least 10 authors in the building as like a mass book signing. And then also we're going to have an artist to come and perform, and it's going to be called Authors Winter Wonderland. So it'll be like an all white event. So I'm excited about it. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I need
Look, I'm gonna have to cancel my event because that's what I was planning on doing, but I'm not gonna do it now because you're doing it. I might as well come and support yours.
Well, come on, listen, come on. You could definitely possibly be my third panelist. I have 2, and I still needed another panelist for the event. So I'm super excited about it. And what else do I have going on? I feel like I have a lot always going on. Radio show every 2 weeks comes on. Climax session with Sasha. It's under the platform of Power 108.9. And I'm also hopefully almost done. I got a little bit of I slid into the I guess you could say filming director phase a little bit. And I'm almost finished, me and a co-producer, with a reality show that we are going to release soon on Prime Video here in Atlanta. And it's about inspiring women that are business owners trying to juggle being a mother, or trying to juggle having a business, working a job, in school, or whatever, and how they balance those things throughout COVID. And so we capture first is 5 women, then it goes on to we introduce another woman, and they all come together. They go through all kinds of drama and friendship issues, but they still at the end of the day come together with their family, and they're able to still run their businesses. So I'm excited about that. I really, really am.
Well, you definitely have a lot going on.
Too much.
And I just want you to know that I am proud of you, and
Thank
I
you.
love what you're doing. And like always, I extend my platform to everyone. If there's anything that I can do to assist you on your journey, please feel free to reach out to me. And I definitely would love to be a part of your panel. I travel back and forth to Atlanta often. I still have family there, even though I'm in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle
Actually,
Beach is beautiful.
I just got here in February. I hadn't had a chance to really enjoy
I
it yet
plan to
because of
visit
COVID.
Myrtle Beach in February.
I just moved here from Atlanta.
I took my sons over there in February. We stayed at, what was that place?
Yep, I
Coral
was
Reef
right,
Resort.
and that was right at that time. I was living right there on the beach. I could see the waves from my porch, but I moved farther out now. But yeah, I was right down there on the beach. So we probably
It's
know walked
beautiful.
past each other and saw each other, didn't even know
Absolutely.
who each other was because
I
I was
want to
down
come
there.
back. I want to come back because when I came, it was so quiet. Nobody was there. It was nice. I really enjoyed it.
Like right now, it's off season, so it's not a lot of people here. Those that come during the off season are here, but it looks like a ghost town.
Oh yes. Oh yes, it
And
did
it'll
in
look like that to
February.
probably around March 1st.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, this is a good time to come if you just want family time and want to get those cheap rates. It's a good time to
Oh
come
yeah,
now.
we
Be
had
right there on
fun.
the beach.
We had fun by ourselves, and we didn't have to worry about all those people being around or getting sick or whatever.
Yeah,
It was just me and
so
my boys, and we had a good
this is
time.
a good time to come.
And the resort had all kind of stuff like arcades and all kind of stuff for us to
Hmm.
do. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm excited, and I'm definitely gonna connect with you because I definitely want to be that third panel.
Okay.
And anytime you need me, just feel free to reach out to me. If I can assist you in
Well,
anything,
maybe you
I'm
can
here.
send some more authors that's in this area my way that may be interested in being a part of the event. I
I
know a
will.
lot of people are kind of eerie about paying for vendor spaces and stuff like right now, but normally, when I have an event, I always pray on it and it works out in my favor and it helps my vendors. My vendors are surprised because they do well. And but this will be my first, I guess you could say, bigger event here in Atlanta. I had a small like free event before in February, but then COVID hit and slowed me down. But I had a big event in Montgomery before I came here, where we did a women's conference, and all my vendors did very well. So I'm hoping to bring some money, some change in for my vendors, and I need more authors to be there for the mass book signing. But it's $35 for the vendor tables.
Okay, I definitely will put that out on my platform because I do have there's some authors that follow my platform that live right there in Atlanta.
Okay.
There's some in Covington, there's some out in Decatur. You have some right there in Southwest Atlanta. So there's quite a few
Well, that's
that's
great.
that's in on the platform right now that'll probably tune in and hear this. So hopefully they can connect with you. But I will if you send me some information,
I
I
will.
definitely will get it out to those that are on my platform because
I'll
that's what
send
I
you the
do. And
sponsorship
then
page
those
and
that
rate
want
and
to travel,
everything.
okay, because you have people that South Carolina is right there, 2 hours away. Some of them like to travel, and
Okay.
we'll come down. Charlotte, they'll come down. You got
Okay.
Chattanooga, Tennessee, right there, hour
Yeah.
away. They'll come down.
Well, look, I'm
You
excited.
got authors all look you got authors all around you that are willing to travel. You got, and then right there in Alabama, you got
Yeah.
some right there in Phoenix City that will come right on over.
Okay. All right. Well,
So
send them my
yeah,
way.
just send me some information
I
and
will.
I definitely will float it around
Okay.
for you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we do. That's what we do, and that's what more of us need to do.
Yes.
That's one thing that we in our brown community do not like to do, and that's support. And we have
Yes.
to support with more than our mouth. We have to support with our action and our money.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to be sharing that. So get me the information.
I sure
Before we
will.
leave, I want you to. I've asked everybody about the word power because
Okay.
God dropped something in my spirit about that word. Now He's been dealing with me with words,
Okay.
and before it was life, and He broke down to me what the L mean, the I, the F, and the E. So now it's power. What does that word mean to you?
Hmm. Hmm. You're making me think, really.
I'm gonna
Um,
share with you what God revealed to me that word means. He said the P stands for position. He said we have to position ourselves to overcome and be willing to be a vessel to empower others through our resilience, which shows our zeal to not give up and determination. So that's what he dropped in my spirit.
what
We
I
have
would
to take
I
back
would
the
say.
power
So you
within
said
us.
power with the R then,
Power.
not power. Okay. So I put in my brain just thinking and listening to you because To me, the P would be peace. The O would be opportunity. The W would be wake, like wake up.
Mm-hmm.
The E would be empowered. And the R would be ready.
Ready.
Because you got to be ready for all that comes your way.
Amen.
You got to be ready. And God's not going to give it to you. The universe is not providing it to you. No one will provide it to you until it's your time and you're ready. That's what I would do. That's mine.
Got to be in position.
Mm-hmm. You got to be
That's
awoke.
good. That is
Look,
good.
you got to have peace.
Peace.
Opportunity. You got to be awake
Opportunity.
to know about those opportunities.
That's it.
Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay.
But you know what? Everybody that's been sharing, even though we use different words, everything is been coinciding. It's been
I
going
bet.
together. Everybody that's come on so forward, and I've asked, our words, even though we use different words, the what we're trying to get across is the same.
Uh-huh.
We want people to know that they have power and the
Absolutely.
power within. And I
Absolutely.
thank you for teaching people how to wake up and to love themselves.
That's what
And
I'm
to
here
forgive
for.
themselves and to be and to show gratitude to themselves. I'm looking forward to that book. I
Look,
tell you,
I'm looking forward to it too. I need to be done.
well, I'm gonna be looking forward to it. So you definitely make sure you keep me in the loop so I can know.
I sure will.
And
I sure will.
I thank you for coming on. Is there
Thank you
anything
for
else
having
that
me.
you would like to share before we leave today?
No, ma'am, that's it. Just thank you so much for having me on this platform. You are amazing and beautiful. You're strong. And whatever you're going through, just remember that it is a reason, there's a purpose, and you got to get ready.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
Amen. I love you, woman of God.
Love you too.
You be blessed.
All
And
right.
thank you for coming on. And make sure you get that information to me.
I'm about to send it to you as soon as we get off.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I tell you, I am never, never at awe about my guests. I tell you, they're always amazing. I thank God for the platform. So please, if you would, please go over and follow Miss Sasha. Miss Sasha is amazing. She's gonna post her links. We have her links. Matter of fact, Jamal, thank you, Jamal. Jamal has posted those in the comment section, so you can follow her. Please go over and check her out. She's an amazing woman, and she's out to impact our brown community. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I have another amazing guest coming up, Miss Chai Thomas. She will be up at on the 1 o'clock hour. So if you're free, if you're available, please stop back by and check us out. We're giving these authors an opportunity to share their to share their journey and to share their truth. So I thank you guys. Be blessed, and if you can, tune back in at the 1 o'clock hour.